Hey everyone, I just finished my food prep and I'm gonna show you the clips, but just keep in mind that this is like the first time I actually did like some kind of long thing that took a lot of time, and so it's very like all over the place, but I really did try to capture like what I do. And I'm gonna add at the end 2 meals that I made, and probably make future videos if you guys want of using the food prep in like making meals. But I put 2 meals, and this was shot over 2 days. Like the beginning was shot like really early in the morning, like 1 o'clock in the morning, because the way my day goes is I wake up like between 3 and 4 p.m. and so I work when my husband gets home from work around, I go around like 2 a.m. and then I didn't finish working that night until about 8 in the morning, and then I go to sleep. So it's like my schedule is very different than other people. So I started this at night and I ended it when I woke up. So when I say at the end that I cold brewed overnight in the sun, when my overnight is daylight. So I didn't realize that, like, people might not understand that when I was doing it, but yeah. So I hope you like this video. Keep in mind it was like my first video like this. Maybe I'll get better at it, maybe I won't. We'll see, but I hope you enjoy it. Okay, the first thing that I do is I just put in all my eggs to hard boil. I just crumble them on salads. I also just like mash them up with a little bit of mayo and eat it like that. So I like to have these on hand, not just for me, for my husband, for my son. We all eat eggs, so I just put them in my Instant Pot. Sure it's on sealing, and I just do manual, and I do 2 minutes. If you want them hard boiled all the way, like a perfect hard boil, do 2 minutes natural release, like completely releasing the pressure. Or what I always try to go for is soft boil. So I try to do release right away, and it sometimes works out, sometimes doesn't, because I forget about it and then I get normal hard boiled eggs. But if you want on the soft boil side, do a quick release. If you want hard boiled, do a natural release. So that's what I'm gonna do first. So my eggs just quick released, and I'm just gonna dump them in some icy cold water. And I actually didn't have any ice, so I just took a bowl, filled it with water, and stuck it in my freezer for about 2 hours, and just broke up the ice. So I have icy water without having to go to the store and get ice. I don't have an ice machine on my fridge that works, so ooh. Okay, so here are the eggs. I hope they're soft boiled. And I'm just gonna be adding them into this bowl right here. So my eggs didn't come out, they were 2 minutes and quick release, and they came out like about medium. So maybe next time I will do 1 minute and quick release, because I like them dark yellow in the center. These are actually like not all the way hard, but if you see, a lot of people probably like their eggs like this. They're not dry, they're just about medium to hard. So if you like your eggs like this, then 2 minutes quick release should be good enough. Okay, so the next thing I do is I make some cold brew coffee, and this won't last me the entire week. I'll probably have to make it in about 2-3 days, since I'm not the only one that drinks it. But I have my coffee beans right here. This is a mix of French roast and espresso, and I get it from a local it's like a coffee shop, but he roasts his own. I met him at a farmer's market, and he just opened up his own cafe place. So he brews, he gets his own coffee. He, what is it? Forget what the word is, but he goes and he gets his own, he picks out his own beans and he roasts them in house. And so this is the best coffee I've ever had. So this is what I use, and then I just fill my beans to the max fill line, and I do like a course, and then I fill my cold brew maker to about here, and then fill it with some filtered water. And then I also use my French press So I put some in here and I fill it with cold water, and then I just cover it, and then I cold brew it in here, and then I just press it in the morning, and then I put it all in one container since I only have one cold brew container. So that's what I am going to do next. Okay, so right now I am prepping my chicken. I've already done a couple, and I just wanted to show you how I prep it. So I have a skin on bone-in chicken breast here, and right in the back underneath the bone, this little, it looks like almost separated from the rest of the breast. That's the chicken tender. And so you want to just kind of, you can use your scissors or a knife, or just like kind of use your finger and just take it out. And then I save these to make chicken tenders for my son. So see, nice. Those are expensive to store, so if you could find chicken, would buy the cheapest. I actually went at Sam's Club and I found for $1.98 a pound already skinless, boneless chicken breast, but these were $1.50 at my local grocery store, so I just picked up a couple. So I'm just prepping these. I'll show you in case you have to buy the whole one. You'll see how to do it. I'm just right now pulling out this little bone that's connected from the rest of the breast. I'm just using my fingers to kind of clean it away so that I can go in with my knife under like the rib cage with my knife and just kind of pull it off of the breast. And you, if you buy organic, like if you have the money to buy organic or whatever, grass fed or whatever they're called, the healthier version of these, you can actually use these bones. You can actually get the skin on, and you can use the bones to make like a bone broth. But since this is not the best quality, I'm not gonna do that because it kind of defeats the purpose. So I'm just removing the skin and the bone, and then you have this breast. So you're gonna have one side that's thick and one side that's thinner. Now you want to cut in the thinner side. That way, if you cut from the thick side, it might tear in the center, but you have a better chance of keeping it intact if that's what you want, by cutting from the thinner side and then opening from the thicker side. So that's what I'm gonna do. Make a nice clean slit. Then I'm gonna open it up, and I'm gonna kind of just finish the job so I can see where I'm cutting and not. So there you go. And then I'm going to season these, and I'm gonna cook them in the oven since I'm running late today. So I'll show you that part in a minute. Okay everyone, I'm back with my chicken all prepped. I got about 7 breasts, I guess half breasts here. And so I'm just gonna season one side to show you, and then you'll get the picture. Then I'll just flip them and season the other side the same way. And then I'm gonna pop these in a oven for about 300 to 400 degrees, depending, maybe 350, I mean. So I'm gonna do that until they are cooked all the way through. So let me just show you how I season salt. They all get salt. All of them get salt. I use pink Himalayan sea salt. And now I'm gonna do 2 of them with the Flavor God's Garlic Lover. I really like that one. So I'm gonna do 2 of them like that. And then I'm gonna do about 4 of them with my basic onion granule, which is like stuck. There we go. Some onion. So 4 of them like that. And with some garlic powder, just a little bit like that. And the last 2, which are halves, so it's like 1 breast, for my son. Coriander. He likes more of that, like, I guess you would call it like Mexican American, because it's not 100% Mexican, but coriander and cumin, kind of like kid flavors. Oh no, it wasn't open. I know you guys don't really want to watch me open seasonings. I should have been more prepared. I'm trying to make this short, but there's like a lot to food prepping, right? Okay. I'm not a huge cumin fan, but my son loves it, so, and a lot of people do. So I'm just gonna lightly do that, and I'm probably gonna just get a spray bottle of some light olive oil. You can do coconut oil, be probably the best for keto. So I'm just gonna flip these over, seasoning on the side, and then pop them in the oven and get started on more prepping. So right now I am cooking up some beef patties that I made just with some coconut oil, and I'm just gonna salt them. And these aren't really for me, but this is something that you can do ahead of time. Just kind of cook them like a medium rare, and then you can warm them up and not worry about them drying out. But I'm doing this for my son. For some reason, he likes his beef in patty form. So I'm also gonna do some crumbled ground beef for me, but this is the way I make it for him. So I thought I would just show you in case you like this kind of way. Also, you can make quick hamburgers. And if you need to take them on the go, whatever. So right now I have 2 pounds of ground beef. I measured out. I buy it in bulk. I used 1 pound for the patties, and I used 2 pounds. I'm going to cook up. I used some pink salt, the garlic powder, and onion. And so I'm just going to cook that up and store it away. I have actually some extra beef because it was like almost a 6-pound pack, and I'm gonna just seal up the rest and throw it in the freezer so that I can get more meals out of this. Because if I make it all, I'll eat it all, and that's where the problem lies. And over portioning and going over calories is like too much good food. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish cooking up my ground beef. So I'm gonna start doing my veggies. I have some of the oil left over from the hamburger and a little bit of coconut oil in here, and in there I'm going to cook up my mushrooms. So I'm just gonna, if you want your mushrooms like really brown, I would not fill your pan like this, but like I said, I gotta go to work tonight and it's really late. I had some unexpected things going on today, so my food prep has to move quickly. So I'm just gonna cook up the mushrooms first. So I just wanted to show you what I do with my leftover meat after I get it from the grocery store. I take out what I need for food prep, and then I just use my food saver and I package up the leftovers for the freezer for next week. Usually I don't buy a lot of meat every week. I just buy like 1 to 2 a month, and then I just buy once I run out, and I just buy it in bulk and package it myself, save some money. So that's what I did here. Okay, so now I'm gonna cook some broccoli. I have about, I don't know, like about 1 or 2 heads of broccoli, like large heads of broccoli in here. And I'm just gonna, the lighting is so bad because it's like 1:30 in the morning. All right, so just gonna put that in the Instant Pot, and I'm gonna do steam, and I'm gonna do it for 1 minute. And so 1 minute for the broccoli. That way it'll still be firm enough so I could just stir fry it with some butter to feed me and my son. So I'm just gonna go quickly over some of the stuff I did already because I want to get it in the fridge. So I have some ground beef, some beef patties, some these are the chicken breasts from my son. I have the cumin and coriander. I browned up some mushrooms, and I have my chicken breasts, and I already put the eggs in the fridge. So that's what I have so far. So I'm gonna put this away, and then the next batch that is done, I'll show you guys how I stored that. So right now I have my bacon on a sheet pan, and I'm gonna pop it in the oven at about 400 degrees and have that ready to go. While I got the bacon in the oven, I'm also putting some sausage to cook for breakfast. It can go good broken up into a omelet or whatever. I use this. This is like the only sausage I could find that doesn't have sugar or corn syrup or weird things. So I got this at Target, just in case you're wondering. So I prepped some veggies. I have some eggplant that I needed to use up, and some zucchini, and I just sprinkled it all with salt, sprayed it with I have olive oil spray, and for the zucchini I put some of this garlic lovers on it, and I'm just gonna pop it in the same 400-degree oven with my bacon and cook that up. So this is the rest of my food prep that I have. I have my bacon and sausage. We ate some of this for breakfast, so that's why it's less. Some eggplant, the zucchini. I'm gonna put the eggplant on top of the zucchini so it's on a plate. And I have my cold brew that I made already done. I put it in these chameleon bottles. It's not concentrated, so that's why I have two. I have some cauliflower that I cooked the same way you saw me cook the broccoli, but the broccoli's already put away in the fridge, so I overcooked this one a little bit, so I'm just gonna make mashed cauliflower out of it. And I also made, which I didn't show, some cold brew tea. So this is the leftovers that didn't fit in the jar. Probably drink this throughout the day, but it says tea. I just put, same thing, I just put tea bags in some water and let it steep overnight in the sun, and that's about everything. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I know it's kind of all over the place, and I will see you next time. So bye. I'm going to be leaving for work soon. I haven't finished all my veggies, but I just wanted to show you an example of how I make a meal out of this. I just took some romaine lettuce, sprinkled some of the hamburger. I have guacamole and sour cream and some shredded raw milk cheddar on top. And that is going to be my food for work energy. Here's an example of another food prep meal. This is like what I'm having for breakfast. Some of my zucchini, 2 slices of bacon, a little sausage patty, and 1 hard-boiled egg topped with pink salt.